Welcome to Humble Narcissists Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen.
And I'm Dillon.
And this week we're going to do the topic of
anime.
Bum, ba, ba. But first, as always, how have you been? What have you been up to?
I've been good. I've been working and reading and playing video games. I've been actually writing, so that's been fun.
Going back and redoing your novel.
Mm-hmm.
Dillon,
I've added a prologue.
Interesting fact about him. He has written a novel, and if I were a better friend, I would have read it all. But
it's okay. I don't like my first couple chapters now that I've reread them, so I have to rewrite them.
Well, my husband read it, and he said that he really liked it. And he is a reader. Mm-hmm. So, if he thinks that it's good, then I believe him. I believe when he says that it's good.
I mean, I think it's good, but I may be biased.
I mean, of course you're going to be biased of your own work. I have been doing the usual, gaming, and then I went to therapy this week.
Did she yell at you because you didn't do stand-up?
No, she did not yell at me.
Damn.
I told her that the first time that we went, the comics were, booked, so, I couldn't really do it anyway, because they were still going after, an hour and a half. And then I said that the week after that, I
was sick?
Well, I said it was Thanksgiving stuff. But I was sick. I couldn't keep anything down, and we will leave it at that. But after that, she just said, just try to get up there, blah, blah. So I'm gonna work on that. I told her that I was thinking about going back to crackers because I figure that...
You're funny there?
Usually that's where I did really well. And I did fine at Ollie's, too.
Yeah.
Though at Crackers, so long as the guy with the hand is there, I feel like...
You're safe.
I'm safe. I won't be the worst one.
Right.
Because, he just talks to his hand the whole time. And that...
You know what? Maybe his hand is funny.
Well, I'd like them to find it. But other than that, we did a nice little date day, because we haven't really had a date day in forever. The last one was when we went to go vote and I let you crash it.
Yep.
So granted, my husband was fine with it because he knew that I promised to let Dillon come vote with us. So then we went to Yummy Bowl that day and that was really good. But
it was.
Our date day, we started out by going to lunch at Olive Garden, which was delicious. I loves me Olive Garden. After that, my husband, as you know, he is one of those gays that do love musicals, and you know that I hate them along with you. So he has said he has been waiting for 15 years for the Wicked movie to come out. So we finally went to go see that because I told him I wanted to go during the day because I didn't want to go at night when all the theater kids were there singing the songs.
Right.
Because that would just get annoying to me. And I would just...
You know, you could have went and saw it the day Ben and Jinx were here because they went and saw it.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Which theater did they go to?
It looked like the Castleton one.
Oh, we weren't.
It was an AMC.
We went to Imagine in Noblesville.
Oh, nice.
I think that's my new preferred theater. I really like it there. Mm-hmm. Though I will say that it was weird because when we walked in, I was trying to find the person that, scans the code, and no one was there to scan it.
So you just walk in and go to any movie you want.
I just walked in and went to my movie and my seats, and Corey laughed, and he was like, I guess we're on the honor system during the day.
Right. Well, that's how it was because we saw Captain Marvel there. No, we saw Deadpool there.
Yes.
That's how Deadpool was.
Well, whenever we go at night, there's somebody over by the drink section, it's sectioned off, and they have the little scanner before you can...
I don't remember him scanning tickets when we went and saw Deadpool.
I remember him scan. I don't know if it was when we saw Deadpool, but I do know that somebody's usually over there.
Oh, no.
So I can honestly come back and report that for once in my life, I saw a musical that did not get on my nerves. I thought it was actually pretty good.
So it was worth watching. I want to see it. I just don't have anyone to go with.
It was really good. I would go see it again so that you could see it if you would like. And I'm sure if you say, Corey, want to go see Wicked again? He'll be like, yes. Because he said that this is the first time that he's seen a movie made from the Broadway stage, from the book, and into the movie that did not disappoint him. It lived up to all of his expectations.
I heard the book is so boring and hard to read.
Well, he loves it. So... it was fun to watch him get real excited. He did this thing. I'm going to touch you for a second. Because whenever a song would come on that he loved, he'd go and just start tapping my leg. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad you're excited. So it was cute to see how thrilled he was to do that. I will say that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, you could tell that they put their whole pussies into that performance. They were good. And so was Jonathan Bailey. He was really good. But it always cracks me up now when like ladies are like, he's so hot. And it's like,
He's so gay.
yeah, he's not for you ladies. But
He's a fellow traveler.
but it was really good. I'm ready for part 2. There were some funny moments in it too, but also a lot of sad moments, and that made me like, wow, interesting.
Get you in your feelings.
It did hit me in the feelings because like it opens with all the munchkins and all them are celebrating that the witch is dead, and then like one of them asks Glinda, says, "There's rumors that you were her friend," and she's like, "Well, our paths did cross in school." And it's like, okay, Marcia, way to be a bitch. Your friend is dead. Just say it. But,
well, she was a real villain.
so far, I think the wizard is the villain.
I think the wizard might have been the scapegoat.
I do think that the villain is the wizard, but that's because of the fact that, like, at the end of part 1, they kind of make their choices as to which direction to go. And then that was it. Because, like, one wants to do the right thing, and then the other one just wants to be popular.
So, I mean, Glinda, I think, would be the ultimate villain. Just thinking about the old school Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Because she knew how Dorothy could get home, but she made her take out her competition first.
Oh, true.
And she knew the wizard was going to leave.
And Elphba's sister was in a wheelchair. And she got smashed by the house.
Exactly.
So, like, that's messed up. Dorothy killed a girl that couldn't walk. I haven't read the book or anything. Corey tells me that, like, the shoes get enchanted and then she's able to walk. But it's just like, that poor girl lived her whole life, couldn't walk, and then she gets smashed by a house. That's BS. Dorothy's a murderer.
But you know what? It's not really all Dorothy. It's Glinda, because Glinda brought her here in the tornado.
Was it Glinda that brought her?
Secretly, I think so.
I think it was the wizard.
No, I think it was secretly Glinda, because she wanted Dorothy there to take out all of her competition. The wizard and the 2 witches. She made a house fall on one, she threw water on the other, and she got Dorothy to call out the wizard for being a fake.
True.
So now she is the
Supreme.
Yeah, so she's like the evil villain.
The conqueror.
Right.
I could see that.
She's a master, like she's
a manipulator.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm just going to throw this out there. Something that drives me nuts about it. Even when I was a kid, talk about the dumbest way to, like, kill a witch. She just can't get wet. How's she ever going to find love if she can't get wet?
Sexually repressed.
That would explain some anger issues.
Right.
So that's really what I've been up to. And then Fantasian came out today, so I played that for just a little bit, primarily. So I've been putting together my little set for open mic, and that's all I've been doing.
Nice.
Been watching Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I need to catch up on it.
Girl.
I know.
It's pretty good so far.
I like Jennifer Tilly as an addition.
Oh, I love her too. She has, like, the coolest style. Like, one of her bags is a ship. And she comes in and she's just like, look how cute it is. It's a boat. And Erica's like, it's more than a boat. It's art. It's like her confessional. And she's like, I am coveting thy neighbor's goods. She's like, I want that stuff. And she's like, I'm just thinking to myself, if only.
Right.
And I'm like,
Didn't she just get a new Ferrari with
she did.
built from the bones of dead orphans and widows?
I have no proof of that, so we're going to just say allegedly with the dead orphans and widows. But it's pretty good so far this season. Dorit and Kyle, their fight's kind of already
There's
old.
only been 2 episodes, so.
I know. Well, there's 3 now.
Ooh.
And, like, their fight is already really annoying because it ended on the 3rd episode again with them fighting. And it's just
That's going to be the storyline this year. It's going to be the next Lucy Lucy Apple Juicy.
I can't with that shit.
I know.
It's so annoying. But anyway, today we have a fun topic that we discussed last time on the podcast.
Well, 2 times ago.
Well, I was going to say before our little quick Thanksgiving. And we're going to do anime. Originally, we would have invited one of our friends here, but they had plans. So they couldn't be here. So we're going to call this Anime Part 1 in case we decide to do a Part 2. So I thought for this, Dylan, we would start with, what was your very first anime?
It would have to be either Pokemon or Dragon Ball.
So with that, I gotta admit something, and this is gonna make me sound really stupid. I always forget that Pokemon is technically an anime. Because I remember when we were 6 and we would always watch it. Mm-hmm. And like back when Ash first...
It was a cartoon.
It was a cute little cartoon and it was fun. And I always loved Misty in that. Mm-hmm. And yes, I know her voice actress is sadly deceased now.
I know.
But I loved her, and then I loved Jess again. I love Jessie.
Probably because they're the same voice actor.
Shut up, Dylan. Because Jessie used Ekans, and Ekans and Arbok are my favorite poison type. Mm-hmm. And then you have Misty used Waters, and that's my favorite typing. And Misty was kind of a bitch.
Like, I grew up on Pokemon. I mean, don't get me wrong. I ended up, like, moving over to Digimon. That was always fun.
So do you prefer Digimon over Pokemon now?
I mean, old school... Honestly, I think I did like Digimon more than Pokemon, but that's only like the first group of Digijessens, really.
I liked the cartoon better as Digimon, but like Pokemon, I always liked their games more. Mm-hmm. Though lately, Digimon, they did that Cyber Sleuth game, and that was a lot of fun.
It was.
It reminded me of Final Fantasy, which I love turn-based.
Right.
And then Pokemon, their games are still going strong, and they're really fun. And like... I don't know about you, Dylan, but you know that now they broke 1,000 Pokemon. There are over 1,000 Pokemon now. Mm-hmm. How confident are you that you could name 500 of them?
Not very.
Really? I think...
I mean, maybe since Eevee evolutions are like 3/4 of them. Did you see that they leaked an Eevee evolution that they scrapped it or something?
No, I didn't see that.
That's what I read somewhere.
I feel like I could confidently name about 900 Pokemon. There are the occasional ones that just throw me off. Uh-huh. But I feel pretty confident in my Pokemon name skills.
See, I liked Pokemon, the show, kind of up into a certain point. Like, I loved the first movie. Ooh. That was like and I remember watching it. I remember before, because wasn't it they like the little Pokemon went to a little playhouse or like
yes, the little Pikachu adventure.
Yeah, was that in the first one or was that with the
I think it was the second one, but the second one was my favorite Pokemon movie.
That's the Entei one, right?
No, that's the third. The second one was the birds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because that's where
and Lugia and Ho-Oh were in it.
Because they introduced them before the game came out or the series.
Right, because that's where they introduced Pichu
and Slowking. Mm-hmm. I loved the second one the most, though I will tell you that as a child, the first one is what taught me what feelings were.
Yes, it was so sad
Pikachu
when they were all
beating.
Oh no, fuck that! It was so sad when the Pokemon were fighting each other, and then they couldn't do it because they were crying.
Yes, that part was sad.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The part where Ash was turned to stone and Pikachu was doing it was sad
Dylan. You already said you didn't give a shit about that. I will say that I forget what. It was a guy character, and he was the water trainer, and he had, like, all of my favorites, and then a Nidoqueen, and people were like, well, he's not a real water trainer then. And I'm like, yes, he is. 5 out of 6 are all water. Leave the man alone. If he wants Nidoqueen, he gets it.
Exactly.
Gay representation. We always stand by our queens.
Exactly.
But... oh, my God. The second one I loved because they introduced my Slowking, and he's one of my... favorite 6.
Second one, that's the one that had Tracy in it, right?
Tracy?
He was the white guy with the brown hair who replaced
the photographer.
Brock.
Yeah, he was in it.
I don't know why I remember his name.
I don't remember his name. That one made me sad because like Zapdos and Moltres ganged up on Articuno, and Articuno is my favorite legendary of all time.
Remember watching it.
Ooh, maybe we should rewatch it.
I remember the first one because honestly, I get a wild hair every once in a while and I rewatch it. Not because I don't rewatch the new Netflix one they brought out recently with the new voice actors.
I tried to watch it.
I couldn't get into it.
I couldn't get through it.
So I rent it on Amazon for $1.99 whenever I'm just in the mood to watch it.
I could see that. I love Pokemon.
It's so good.
I love Digimon. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, like, as a kid, I thought they were cool, but, like...
I stopped. I remember it was, like, the whole Frieza thing with the... it was before Android and Boo
Oh, so you didn't
out.
watch, like, the Cell Saga? Because
No.
I watched all of that, but, like... I started to get really annoyed at the fact that, like, it would take 4 episodes for them to power up to finally do one attack.
Girl, they still do that. Not in Dragon Ball, but in other anime.
That's the animes that I can't get behind. I'm just like, this is too much.
That's
like,
what killed me with Bleach.
Bleach, their fights are over in, like, 1 or 2 episodes. Like, that I can deal with.
Girl, not all the time. Not in the beginning.
Which
it felt
fight
like
are you
everything
referring
dragged
to?
on.
Well... So when it comes to Bleach, I say to absolutely skip the first season, for sure. Because the first season was super boring because they were setting everything up.
But don't you have to watch it when they set it all up?
Nah, it does a recap. He's a Soul Reaper. Now he's got to go save Rukia. And anyway, we'll get into that more because I want to talk about Bleach later. So my very first anime, now that we're going to jump gears into that, is Sailor Moon. And I know immediately what popped in your head, which is faggot.
No.
My sister got me to watch it as a kid.
You know what popped into my head?
What?
Sometimes sucking pays off.
You know what? I'm living proof of that, Dylan. Sometimes sucking does pay
I
off.
love Sailor Moon.
I love it. Who was your favorite sailor? Mars. You were Venus, weren't you?
No, I liked Mars. I like the bitch.
Oh, so I got it on my first guess.
Yeah, I like Jupiter too. She reminds me of the dumb girl in Apple or in Sugar and Spice.
Yes. I'm only allowed G movies.
Yes.
I could see that. So, obviously my favorite was Mercury, but that's because of the waters. Mm-hmm. Though it made no sense really that Mercury was water when it's the closest planet to the sun.
Right. I didn't understand that either. But why didn't you like Neptune? Was it because she was a lesbian?
No, I like Neptune, but she's very pretty. The one that I like, my least favorite Sailor Scout was Jupiter. And that's because
I like she had heart. She was derpy, but she had heart.
she was that person in Captain Planet where they're like, fire, wind, water, heart.
Yes.
I can't do anything, but I have heart. Oh God, one of my favorite moments on Sailor Moon ever was the part in that movie where the alien threw his rose.
Aren't you glad I told you to go, aren't you glad I brought it over so you could watch it?
I am.
Because, like, I paid good money for that because that shit was funny. Because I went and saw it in theaters.
I know.
And when I went, me and Leo went, and some dude was dressed up as Tuxedo Mask.
Oh, did you take him home?
No.
Was he like an attractive tuxedo?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Because it was the pimply, nerdy shit.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But
he has a mask on.
I love that. It was so gay. It was great.
Well, why don't you tell the viewers
Because
what happened?
It was pretty much, it was about wasn't it a brother and sister? They come to from a different planet, and the boy is really upset with Tuxedo Mask because
they were like lovers.
Yeah, they were lovers, and Tuxedo Mask threw his rose at him.
And he was like, why are you throwing your rosebud at me?
Exactly.
I remember that. Not to completely change topics here, but I remember when we went to go see, this is something that's always a sore subject with our friend Anthony. Mm-hmm. When we went to go see the Mugen Train for Demon Slayer together. Because his favorite Hashira is the fire guy.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if the viewers that are going to watch this have watched that movie. But let me just tell you, every time I see that scene where he dies, all I think of is Bill Murray from Zombieland. Because all he's doing is going... and he just won't die. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I remember this very vividly because you and I were looking at each other trying not to laugh as this thing's dying. And everybody in that theater was like crying, and we're like, now's not the time. Now's not the time. And we're just smiling and like giggling to ourselves.
Hell, when I went and saw it, I at least saw it. I saw it twice because I took my brother to go see it once. The first time I saw it in English, and it was great. It was funny, and I laughed at a whole bunch of parts I probably shouldn't have. The second time, it was in Japanese.
And you were like, I don't know what's going on.
You're right.
So we're talking about anime, and I have to do English dub usually because half the time when it's subbed, like, I'm not a super quick reader.
Right.
So, like, I'm missing shit as it's happening on the screen. So the only anime that I've truly watched, like... that was a long anime other than like just 12 episodes in Japanese was Bleach.
Yeah.
And I watched that up until the end of it until they just did this
new arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sailor Moon was a wonderful, wonderful anime.
I didn't like Chibiusa. She always annoyed me.
And she had that weird obsession with like wanting to bone her dad too.
Right.
And that's just weird to me.
But
that's
you know
daddy
what?
issues.
That was Japan being progressive because they had cousins who were lovers.
When they released it in America, they made them change it because they were lesbians together as they are now. But whenever they released it originally in the U.S., our censorships were like, we can't show no lesbians.
Right. I love the theme song. It always...
Yeah.
Yes, it was always so catchy and get stuck in my head.
I agree. And then not Taylor. Why the hell did I say Taylor? Sailor
Moon.
Yeah.
Taylor Toon.
Sailor Moon. She got on my nerves because she cried all the time.
Yes.
But then if you look up their astrological sign, she's a Cancer. So that just like right in my heart. Because I'm like, that's me, damn it. Ugh, but I don't really cry. Except during Pokemon because
now that you're getting old.
Yeah. And I have a dead dad. Yeah. Now that I have a dead dad, I feel feels differently.
It sucks, doesn't it? I hate feelings.
It does suck, and I hate feelings. We are going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about our favorite animes.
More anime.
So, we are...
back?
Yeah, even though it sounds like a question. So, we are going to continue our little discussion on anime. So... next part that we're doing is what, Dylan, is your favorite anime?
Favorite? Honestly, it's always been Fairy Tail. As a series, movie-wise, I really like Your Name and Wolf Children. Those are my two favorite movies.
So, I've never watched those.
You watched Your Name. You didn't like it, I don't think.
Oh, probably not if I don't even remember it. Mm-hmm. But I do like Fairy Tail. I think Fairy Tail, for me, started off really strong. Mm-hmm. The video game's coming out next week.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Not right away.
Oh. Well, so... I'm trying to think of a nice way of saying it. I think that as it's gone on, it's become too fan servicey.
Yes, I 100% agree. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked it probably up until like right after the Grand Magic Games arc.
So I like it all the way up until they beat Zareth. I just think that this new season, the 100-Year War, is it's just all fan service, and I don't.
But it was fan servicey before.
But I don't think it was as bad.
No.
I will say that looking back, I don't know what happened to me, but before, like, his whole Natsu's entire, like, friendship, the power of friendship, didn't get on my nerves. But now as I'm watching it, I'm just like, shut up.
Between that and Lucy crying, Lucy could really be a badass.
Lucy could be a total badass because she has this awesome ability.
Yes.
And now she Sailor Moons the shit out of it and, like, changes her looks. And she can do multiple powers at once.
Right.
But yet... she sucks.
I know.
She's not as bad as, like, let's say Rukia, but
I know.
at least she's won a fight using her power.
I think I like it just because it's kind of like a good feel-good one for me, I think.
It is
maybe just a comfort one.
Yes, and I love that in the anime now they're finally getting to the part where, like, Gray's, like, admitting that he loves Juvia and all that stuff, and Jalal just was like, I love you, Ursa, and they're together finally, and that's what I've been waiting for.
Right.
Jalal is probably my favorite character. He is a super cool wizard.
Honestly, I really like Urza. I like because like she started with the whole Sailor Mooning thing.
She did. That's her thing.
I know, and then Lucy took it.
Are, like, stealing
Carla stole it.
Carla also stole it. Everybody's stealing Urza's thing.
I know.
But, like, Urza doesn't lose fights.
She only loses eyes.
Oh, that's true. She did. I forgot all about that.
How about you? What's your favorite? Or do you want to keep talking about Fairy Tail?
I wanted to keep talking about Fairy Tail.
Okay, cool.
So, I would say, like, Fairy Tail Wizard, though, my favorite one would be Mira Jane.
I can agree.
She's my favorite from their guild. But, like, throughout the whole show, it's Jalal. I think that, you know what, let's have a little fun here. If I were in Fairy Tail, I would want Jalal as my boyfriend. Who would you want?
As my boyfriend?
Yeah, if you could have any of them.
Loki.
Oh, the lion. That's a good choice, Dylan. That's a good choice. I appreciate that choice because I also like Loki. But
I didn't like him in the late. I liked him in the beginning before he became.
before it was revealed that
Yes.
he was really Leo. I like him better as Leo. I like one of my favorite pictures ever that came from Fairy Tail was the one where he's like Lucy summons him and he like shoots up fireworks that say "I love Lucy." Mm-hmm. I love them together.
Out of her zodiacs, which one is your favorite?
Out of all of her zodiac,
Mine's Virgo. I love her. She's a fucking freak.
the freaky maid.
Yes.
Out of her zodiac, I have to go Leo because he's my favorite.
I do like Aquarius too.
Aquarius is good, and then Aries is real adorable. See, I love Lucy's power. I
do
really
too. I just wish someone cooler had it.
Yes,
Like I wish I had it.
Right, like somebody that wasn't going to be afraid to do stuff and like just sit there and
instead
cry.
of using her power, she kicks someone.
Right, like she has enough power that she can have two spirits out at once, combine her outfit so that she has their powers too. Why does she keep losing fights?
And she should have like beat the shit out of Yukino and taken hers, so she could have them all.
Well, there was that time where Yukino was like, "Here, you can have these two because you deserve them," and she's like, "No, I'm good." I would have been like, "Thanks,
Right.
I know, I know, I'm better than you."
I would grab it. Ew, is that a silver key? No thanks.
I only do gold, bitch. Then she'd have all 12.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she'd be like, well, I'd say unstoppable, but
then she was a little bitch and destroyed Aquarius's key for the Zodiac King.
Well, she had to because she'd die.
I know.
And then the king came out and like defended her and like, that's why she's alive.
I know this.
When Natsu's not there to save her, what does she do? Snap a key.
I know.
That was her whole plan.
Rukia snaps a boy.
Rukia snaps a boy. Rukia just sits there and like is like, I can do it. And then her brother shows up and he's like, this is how it's done, bitch. And she's like, I'm super strong.
Right.
I won. Anyway, so that being said, one of my all-time favorites is Bleach. Speaking of terrible Rukia. Dylan couldn't really get into it for long. But so I like Bleach because it was similar in my eyes growing up as like Dragon Ball Z, except for the fact that like despite what Dylan says, it doesn't take like 5 episodes to launch one attack.
It felt like it.
But I would suggest that if you start Bleach, the first season does suck. I will gladly admit that. But
you kind of have to.
You gotta watch it to like get all
like,
geared
yeah.
up and understand. But like once they start introducing the Soul Reapers, it's a lot better. One of my favorite captains in it, because it's the Soul Society and the Serite, is Mayuri, because I just love how crazy he is. And it always cracks me up because these villains, like whenever they go up against him, they're like, you're not much of a fighter. But like knowing who he is, it's like he picked you out specifically. He is specifically targeting you because he knows what he has to do to beat you.
Right.
Like in the new arc, the 1,000-Year Blood War, he goes after the zombie girl because he makes his own zombies to combat hers. And then she takes control over the bomb girl. I think her name is like Bombietta or something. And she throws bombs like energy blasts, and he throws out these devices that absorb them. And the zombie girl's like, how did you stop her explosions? And he's like, I didn't stop them. I just delayed them. So he throws out these balls so that they absorb it and they fall back to that girl and they blow up there. He's like, I just made it so that they would detonate like a second later. So he's badass. And then he's the only one that has the ability that like later on, if you watch 1,000-Year Blood War, he can like change his Bankai so that Konjiki Ashisogi Jizu, the big baby, it comes out one way, and then once that kind of like assesses the enemy, it then births a new baby that's specifically built to fight that person. Like he goes up against Parita, I think is its name, and it's like the right or left hand of the king, and its abilities is all about nerves and stuff. So this baby has an insane amount of nerves, so that like his powers over nerves don't do anything to this baby, and then he eats him.
Okay.
I love Mayuri, but the best captain is Unohana.
Till she died.
She died for a bullshit reason, because I knew like watching it, everybody always had these comments that like she can't be that strong from like the beginning, because like all the captains, like when she would appear, they'd be kind of nervous to say the wrong thing around her. And even the creator back in the day said that like if they're going just off of like sword skill, she was the best captain. But like once you throw in like the Bankais, the sword abilities and stuff, Yamamoto way better. But then it's revealed later on that she's the original Kenpachi, which is the person, like the Soul Reaper that specializes in fighting and murdering, basically. So then they had her kill herself to make the new Kenpachi stronger, and she beat him like 100 times. Then he beat her once, and they were like, "Oh yeah, she's dead." And it's like, you're going up against these people that she beat before. Let's get rid of her.
Exactly.
So stupid.
It makes sense.
Bleach fell victim to the thing that I can't stand when it comes to anime, which is like introducing people and then killing them off. And just to like prove that somebody's more powerful. Like even with Squad Zero, they just introduced them to kill them off so that the bad guy seems even stronger.
Yeah.
Same thing that My Hero did with Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
She was introduced as this badass, killed off to make the dude seem like he's stronger than everybody.
Right.
And it drives me nuts. I don't like when they do that. I get why they do it, but it just annoys the shit out of me to no end. But Bleach is one of those that like I can go back and rewatch starting from season 2 whenever I want. Do you have the hiccup?
Yes, and I don't know why.
So off topic. As you know, I get hiccups if I eat something too spicy, and I am the only person in the world that I know of that happens to.
I don't get hiccups when it's spicy. I don't know why. I just get them randomly.
I only get it like if I'm eating really spicy food. That's how you know that something's too like spicy for me, because I start hiccuping. And everybody that I tell that to is like, that's weird.
Right.
Like, I've never heard of that. And it's just like, it's just what happens to me. But anyway, I love Bleach. Bleach is awesome. Go ahead.
So, what I was going to say, before we get into like our least favorite, do you have any honorable mentions?
I was going to say that because because everybody that watches this knows that I am a homosexual. I love BL anime. I know. And so like when it comes to that stuff, it's very rare that one gets dubbed. So I have to watch it in Japanese. But like, I love them so much. I love the cute love stories. I don't like when it gets like, I don't like the graphic ones, we'll say.
Right, I get that.
I like the cute love stories.
You don't like Goblin Cave.
No, I do not. I do not like Goblin Cave. Though my husband said that he's never seen it, and I got to tell you, Dylan, I have been debating pulling it up and making
That's
him
a
watch
date night movie.
But if you haven't
Just
seen
tell him
that,
it's Lord of the Rings.
I mean, kind of. It's kind of Goblin Slayer in a sense.
Right.
But I love the BL anime. Is the one that like I came up in my TikTok and I was like, fine, I'll watch it again. Was Sasaki and Miyano. That was one of the cutest ones. No graphic scenes, thank God. There's a really cute one that's out where, oh shit, I don't remember the name of it. But there's another one called Cherry Magic, and that's a really cute one too.
Okay.
That one is about a guy that he's a 30-year-old virgin, and when you are a virgin at 30, you become a wizard. So he can read people's minds if he touches them. Mm-hmm. And so that's how he discovers that, like, the guy at the office has the hots for him. And so then he finds out his inner thoughts and all that stuff, and they end up together, of course, and it's really
that's
cute.
nice.
That one actually had a live action made of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The main couple, I thought that they had really good casting, but then the side couple, I was like, oh, I didn't care for them.
I'm not a big, like, live action adaptation anime person.
I can get behind it if it's good.
It depends on if it's good, yeah.
So, like, I've never really watched One Piece, the anime. Like, never really got into that. But I will say that the Netflix one, I really like that. So if it sucks compared to the anime, I'm sorry, viewers, but like I like it on Netflix, and I'm glad that it's coming back.
Have you watched Princess Jellyfish?
No, Dylan, I have not, but it sounds gay.
Oh, well, it is. It's about this like little ugly girl. She's an otaku, and she lives in a house with other otakus, and she ends up coming across this beautiful girl that she thinks is a girl, but it's actually a dude. He's in drag. And they become friends. It's actually really good. You should try it.
I might try that. You try Miyano or Sasaki and Miyano, and I'll try Princess Jellyfish for you.
Okay.
And we'll come back and report.
Okay. Next week.
I don't know if it'll be next week, but we'll try.
You have a lot of free time on your hands.
Shut up, Dylan. I've been actually doing housework and stuff like that.
Well, let me make sure that is actually on Crunchyroll because it was on Funimation.
So I gave my honorable mentions, which of course is all my BL because I love watching that. Do you have an honorable mention?
Yes, but see, well,
I see it. I saw it was on.
It's
there.
on there.
Okay.
But yeah, for me, some of my favorites that I usually go to, besides like those movies I talked about, Princess Jellyfish is a good one. I just watched Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. That one was a good one.
That makes me think of, what is it, Yamada's Revenge or something?
It could be similar,
where
but it's
he was
not
the ugly
same.
kid, and now he's like good looking, and he's trying to get his revenge on all these girls that shot him down.
So this one, it's about he ends up he stumbles and falls down a flight of stairs with this girl, and they switch bodies. And then it comes to find out that he has powers. If he kisses one of the witches, he can get their power. So the girl he fell down with, she could switch places.
Oh.
And so then they start this like the Supernatural Studies Club.
So he gets all of their powers.
No, he doesn't take their powers. Because he ends up giving them back.
Oh.
So. And once he got all seven witches together, he gets one wish granted.
Oh.
So it's actually pretty good. It's only like 12 episodes. That's a good one to watch too.
Huh. I might look into that.
Kiss Me Not Him's a good one.
Oh, that one's funny.
It is.
Because that one's all about that girl that she's a Fudanchi and she loves BL.
It's like Shallow Hal, yeah.
Yeah, she loves BL and she wants the guys to kiss each other, but they won't because they all have the hots for her.
Yes.
And she just keeps sitting there thinking, no, I don't want you. We have talked about favorites, so now let's go with what is your least favorite anime?
Least favorite. I like the remake of Fruits Baskets because they actually tell the full story.
I agree with that.
I didn't like the first Fruits Baskets where they ended with the Scooby-Doo villain.
The cat guy turning into a weird
Yes.
villain. I agree with you. The original one ended in like a really dumb spot, but the new one actually told the whole story.
Yes.
So I like that. Because like in the remake, they did the where each one's curse was broken, and yeah,
That was nice.
you also hate Toru.
Yes,
told me
but that's
that.
just 'cause, yeah, I talked about that the last time. It's just
Yeah.
because she's so annoying.
I disagree. She's just so like helpless and upbeat about everything.
She's not really helpless. She's useless.
I don't know if I would call her useless, but she's
She's
a little
there
useless.
for the boring Yuki to flirt with, or in the
Yeah,
other one
to fight over.
Yeah,
So who do you think should have been the main girl then? The emo girl, because I liked her.
the monkey. No,
I liked
I like the
Ritsu.
horse girl.
Well, the horse girl, I don't care.
She was crazy.
I liked Ritsu.
I
I liked him
liked
so
Ritsu.
much that when I played Pokemon and I had Simisage, I named it Ritsu.
Aw,
So because I love the little monkeys on Pokemon, and that one because he looks kind of like crazy and like he would be psychotic, I named Ritsu, and I actually used him and got him to 100. But I liked Fruits Basket or Fruit Basket. Is it Fruits or Fruit Basket?
I think it's Fruits Basket.
Okay. So I liked that one. My
I like the
favorite
whole
was
premise.
Momiji. I did too. And then Momiji and the cow. I can never remember his name. But those were my two favorites. I remember as a kid I had the Momiji hat because I love him. But
I didn't really like Hamtaro.
I didn't either.
I thought it
and
was
then they got all
stupid.
those video games and it made no sense
I
to me.
know.
But like in Fruits Basket, they had a Momiji. I thought had like one of the saddest stories.
He did have the saddest story.
Because like his dad hated him and his mom hated him. He wasn't allowed to be near his mother or his baby sister, and it's like that is messed up.
But he was always so happy.
So happy and upbeat, like a bunny, because he was the bunny.
Oh my god.
But so is that your least favorite?
That's what's coming to my head. I mean, there's a couple like parts I don't like about other things, but I like the anime as a whole. Like Selector. Selector was okay.
That was the weird
The card
one.
Yes, where they become eternal girls.
And like they get a wish granted at the
Yes.
end. Okay, so that one was good for me up until I realized that the one girl wanted to like bone her brother.
That's a weird Japanese trope I don't like.
I don't get it.
I don't get the whole like incest, twincest.
It weird. Well, I mean, I get twincest because Oron.
Oran was good.
Oron was a good one, so that's nowhere near the dislikes.
Nope.
But I don't know. That one was just weird to me with the girl wanting to bone her brother. Like her one wish was that she could be with her brother, and it's like, oh, honey, like that's some Donnie and Marie Osmond shit. Fucking gross.
So, before you talk about your least favorite,
Okay.
you know how, like, you have the mainstream animes, like the big ones, like My Hero, Attack on Titan. Do you think any of them are super overhype? Demon Slayer.
I would say that the one that I feel is overhyped is. I'd go with My Hero.
I can see that. Like, it's good.
I can't
it's
say
just
Attack on Titan because that's one I've never watched. But like Demon Slayer, I kind of get the hype. But you know what? I also don't get like how much people get into it. But at the same time, I like it. Same with My Hero. I like them both too. We could do a part 2 on this and talk about other intermediates.
absolutely.
Maybe we'll
Because
get
I
a
want to talk
guest
about
here
free
for
run.
there.
I loved free run.
I did too. We'll save that for part 2 because I think we're running out of time. So I'm going to My least favorite, this will probably be quick because, like, the one anime I've tried numerous times to get into and I just can't is Naruto. And I've tried.
It looks stupid.
I have tried multiple times. When my husband's watching it, I've tried. I've seen it enough to know I don't like it at all. Like, the only thing that I like out of it was, I think her name is Lady Tsunade. I just liked her.
Okay.
Other than that, everybody else I didn't care for. I thought that it was kind of boring and it was like the same premise as, like, it felt like the same shit happening in like every other anime.
Yeah.
Just like ninjas running around and Naruto does clones.
Honestly, it just looks boring to me.
It was very boring. And my husband loves it. And so, like, occasionally I'll come downstairs and he's watching it, so I'll watch it. And then I do that thing that we both do that people don't like, where I start making jokes about it, and he gets mad. But that's my least favorite. I don't really have too much to say about it, other than just I don't care for it. Naruto.
Well, before we go into final thoughts, do you remember that X anime? The movie, because you know there was a movie, then there was an anime as well.
I think I've only seen the movie.
Really? You haven't seen the anime?
No, but I might have to look it up.
You should.
Is it really dirty like the other?
Well, the movie, the only dirty part I remember was when she like ripped her sword out of her coochie. Because I remember what's her face's sister came over because she was visiting your sister. Because we watched it at your house.
Whose sister?
I thought her name was Heather. Amanda's friend. At the time, growing up, we went to school with her younger sister.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been forever since I've seen X. Is it worth a rewatch?
I don't know, honestly.
I remember there was the wolf girl, and I was really sad when she died.
Like, I like the story, I think.
I don't really get the story. Like, they're just, like, fighting each other.
Right.
But, like...
It was confusing, right?
It was. What was the one...
Because you liked the stripper girl, didn't you?
Oh, I did. The fire girl?
I thought she was water.
Was she water? I don't know.
But didn't she get hit by a train?
She did get hit. She was fire!
Okay.
Because the other guy was water, and she... I think, or maybe it's reversed, but one of them shrouded the train in their power, and the other one like tried to take out the tracks and all that, and they were just sitting there screaming and just let the train hit them.
Because see, it was that one, because growing up it was X and then Escaflowne.
I never watched Escaflowne.
I watched the movie and then I watched the anime. The anime I thought was better than the movie.
Oh, well, that being said, we will come back with some final thoughts, and we will be
wrap this shit up.
Wrap it up, bitch. We are back with our final thoughts for the week. What are you going to be up to this week, Dylan?
I'm actually going to be looking up some more anime. I need new anime to watch.
I will probably do the same because I need stuff to watch too.
You're going to watch Princess Jellyfish. I'm going to watch your gay shit.
Yep, you're going to watch my gay shit, and I will watch Princess Jellyfish. I actually got Corey into Cherry Magic.
What's that?
That's another gay one.
Oh.
That's the one where he's a virgin, and if he touches you, he can read your mind.
Oh, that's one you were telling me about.
That one's really good.
Okay.
And then the other one was Sasaki and Mino, and that one's just adorable. And I think that you would like that one more because you like adorable stuff.
As long as it's not too much.
It's not like, too much.
Is it like Heartstopper?
No.
In an anime cartoony form?
A little, but no.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Not everybody's gay in it. So, like, there's that. There's one guy in it that, in Sasaki and Mino, that reminds me of Anthony because every time anybody says something to him, because it's about an all-boys school.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, what's going on? He's like, well, I'm going to do this with my girlfriend. Oh, my girlfriend loves this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go see my girlfriend today. She would love this.
Xander from Drawn Together.
Yes. But he actually has a girlfriend. But it's a very cute one. That being said, I hope everybody has a great week. If you haven't, I think we're going to do a part 2 to this. Because,
I think so, because we have so much anime to talk about.
So much stuff. We'll put together some lists and go over them and talk about them. But if you have an anime that you would like us to talk about or watch and discuss, please let us know in the comments or message us, and we will watch it, talk about it, give our thoughts. Be warned, we can be pretty petty and mean. But please like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or even Patreon.
I love how you're keeping your eyes wide ass open.
I know.
Because I make fun of you every time.
I know, that's why I did it. But then, like, my eyes got dry, so I had to blink. I can't win a staring contest.
But you're just like, I know.
I see you.
God damn.
Anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and we will see you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.